Okay, welcome to the tutorial where I am going to break down Demi Lovato's new song titled Stone Cold. This is a haunting but beautiful piece. Let me show you how it's going to sound. I'm going to leave this right here and I'll explain to you what that is after the tutorial. And then it'll move on. So there's three important sections that we are going to cover, and I'm going to try to cover this quickly and be efficient with you guys' time. So the first section is what I just played here. I'll show you that, and then there's two other sections we have to learn, and then basically you know the whole song. Okay, so what we have here is we have a C sharp major chord, and the way you're going to play this is you're going to play a C sharp, A flat, and then if you can reach, hit your thumb on the C sharp there. Your right hand's going to hit an F, and that's it. So you should have this first chord. Now notice how it will sound if you can't reach the octave in your left hand. That doesn't sound bad either, okay? But if you can, it sounds better, more full. That's your second chord. I'm gonna name it F, C, F, and A flat. And then back to the C sharp major chord again. And then you're gonna jump up to this, which is an A flat. So it's A flat, E flat, A flat, and then C. And then you go back to the C sharp major, right? And then you go to F minor. Okay. We already talked about these chords here. And then the last chord of this intro slash verse, the verse is the same exact thing as the intro, is that right there. So it's going to be an E flat chord, E flat, B flat, and E flat, and then G right here. Okay, so I'll play through it once slowly, just that section. Here we go. And then it goes into the verse. Okay, you do this 3 times. So that was once for the intro. Then after that, 3 times. So total 4 times intro, then 3 times on that. And going into the second part is going to be the chorus. Remember, I told you this part, this song breaks down into 3 parts. That's the first part. The second part is the chorus. Okay, and it goes like this. Let me play it for you. Okay, so there's some big chords happening there, and what we'll do for people with big enough hands, I'm going to show you how to do it, and people with small enough hands, I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'll be teaching both you guys at the same time. So the first chord is an A flat right there. Okay, now for small hands, if you cannot hit this, let go of the bottom note and just hit this. Okay, and you can do this, the melody line coming in. Okay, for big hands, you can do this, octaves. Sounds much more full. Moving on, you do it again. The chord changes. So again, if you can't do the octaves, just do the top note. Makes sense? I hope so. So this chord here is an A flat in the left hand, a C, and an F sharp. And then you have a C in your right hand, an F sharp, and a B flat. So notice in between those chords you have a melody line. It's going ha da da dum. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You hit your chord, then you do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then we're gonna move on, and the melody line here does this. So it's a C, E flat, A flat. Again, if you have small hands, just use the top note. C, E flat, A, and then you'll hit this chord. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Let's go from here. There it is. Sorry about that. Okay, so after you do the C, E flat, A flat, you go to this chord. Again, if you have small hands, just let go of the right hand bottom note and the top note in the left hand. So you just hit that slowly. Cool. Then you do this melody line. We know that because that's been used already twice in this chorus. Okay, a really pretty chord there. There is a big stretch in the left hand that I'm hitting. If you cannot hit this, I would just do this, like that. I take this bottom note and push it all the way down. Okay, chords in the right hand. The notes in the right hand are the B flat, C sharp, E, and B flat. If you cannot hit it again, let go of the bottom note in the right hand. And then you move on into a new part, which is the third part of the song. But before we move on to the third little section that I'm going to show you, let me play through that part that I just showed you slowly so you can see how it all comes together. Here we go. Cool? All right, let's move on into the third part. This is my favorite part of the song. Let me play through it, and then I'll teach it to you. And then it repeats. And that's the whole song, okay? So this part, that's going to take some practice. Let me show you what the right hand's doing. Again, if you can't do octaves, just stick with the single notes. So starting slowly, E flat, F, A flat, B flat. Okay, so those four notes one more time. E flat, F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat, F. So there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. If you want to establish yourself as a good piano player, someone who is effective and someone who is consistent and not hitting a lot of wrong notes, the way that you practice, I always tell my students this, is you practice very slowly and make sure you get correct timing and notes every time. So that means if you want to get good at doing this run, maybe with the octaves like that, go very slow and work up. Maybe you're going to have to play it 100 times. I'm not kidding, 100 times. That's nothing. I remember practicing for hours, sections over and over, some classical stuff. Okay, just crazy stuff like that. This isn't that hard. If you're determined, you can get it. So practice slow, maybe something like this. Right? And then do it again. Same speed, maybe a little faster the following time. Over time, after 100 plus times, maybe you'll get it. Okay, so that's an effective way to get a line down like that. When you hit the first note, you hit an A flat in your left hand. When you hit the fifth note, which is a C, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you hit a G in your left hand. And then when you hit the seventh note, which is an F in your right hand, you hit an F in your left hand here. Okay? So I just noticed that my hands are cutting off up top here. Sorry about that, but I think you can figure it out. Here we go. So that run placed together would be a little bit faster. Okay, there's that. So after you do the run, you go 1, 2, hit. If you cannot hit this, you need to let go of the bottom note in your right hand and the top note in your left hand. So it sounds something like this. So from here, right? Let go of the bottom note. Okay, then you go to a C sharp in your left hand, after that B flat, then to an E flat chord. So that whole section, the third section and the final section of the song, and then we'll be done. Wow, I know I played it differently. Sorry about that. Let me teach that little section here. All you do is walk down octaves, and then I'll play it one more time slowly, see if you can get it. And then go back to the intro. Okay, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome tutorials like this. Check out my cover. I did a pretty fun cover of this. It was not fun. I guess it was haunting. It was really an emotional song. I loved how well Demi did with it. She really slayed it. Like I said, subscribe for more tutorials like this. And then what I had talked about earlier about the rhythm techniques thing that I threw up in this area, that essentially allows you to do runs like this. Okay, so notice what's happening. Your right hand is doing some complicated movement, moving up, while your left hand is moving down at a different rate of speed, a different tempo. Okay, so basically that's the hardest part of piano, is playing hands together, doing different things like that. That's kind of like that trick where everyone said, can you pat your head, rub your stomach? Well, yeah, imagine that, but with 10 fingers. Very difficult to do. That program, Rhythm Techniques for You, I developed it. It has 7 exercises to strengthen your ability to play hands together. So go check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.